This video will show how I put together this Tensegrity table, what tools are needed, and the way I go about assembling it. The table is made out of 1.5 inch American walnut and with a steel top. The steel top is 12 gauge made in USA steel, and the chains are just regular 3/16 galvanized chains. This is what you'll receive in your Tensegrity table kit. There's the top, the bolts and washers for top and bottom, nuts to adjust the Tensegrity chain, the Tensegrity support for the bottom, Tensegrity bottom, Tensegrity table top, and the Tensegrity table top supporting arm. The first step is to place the bottom Tensegrity supporting arm into the bottom Tensegrity base. For this operation, we'll use these longer bolts and washers. The base has supports for the bolts already inserted into it, so all that's needed is to thread them in. This shows that the bottom Tensegrity support has been bolted into the bottom base. The bolts don't have to be super tight, just snugged up. Next, we'll put the Tensegrity top support, the one without the chain, into the top part of the Tensegrity table. For this, we will use these shorter bolts. Okay, next we place the Tensegrity top and bottom as shown. One side goes down, one side goes up. We will then insert into the bolt, to the hole, as such, on each top side, into the hole. Then all we do is we will place nuts on the end of those bolts to about flush. The ends come out far enough so it's easy to put the nuts on. First, I will put a washer on and then put the nut on. And then I screw those in approximately till they're flush. We'll adjust them later. Now I've turned the Tensegrity table the opposite direction, and I will insert the bolts into the respective holes and also put a nut on those. Into the hole, washer, and nut. Nut approximately till it's flush. Bolt till it's about flush. Now, the last step is we open it up, such as this. We take this last piece, insert it into that, while holding everything apart, put this last piece on. You'll notice everything's a little bit loose. We'll stand it up. Well, before we stand it up, let's adjust the bolts that go into the base. For that, I'm going to use a 1/2 inch deep well socket. You can use a regular socket. And I'll just tighten them up maybe 1/2 inch. That'll give us some initial adjustment. Then we stand the table up. So it's a little saggy right now. So all we have to do now is tighten the center chain, and that will adjust our table height. I'll use this wrench a little bit easier. There. Last step in the adjustment process is if the tabletop is not level or square with the bottom, you can adjust the bottom base nuts and that will square it up. Then finally, we'll put the tabletop top in place. And you're done. That was assembling your Tensegrity table.